Peace and love, my beautiful brothers and sisters. My name is Jonathan. Welcome to Appetite for Spirit. I'm going to be showing you my routine for breath work. This is my daily routine for breath work. Essential, in my opinion. It just helped me so much to stay grounded, to stay in my body, to really just be in control of what's going on in my day, and to just be in this shit. So let me show you what I do. So we're going to start with breath of fire. Now, I've already done my meditation. I've done a little bit of yoga. I usually do Tai Chi after this, but this is just my breath work. So here we go. Starting with breath of fire, it's just very fast abdominal breaths, right? So we're going to start by getting all the air out. And it's going to be centered in the stomach. It's not this kind of breathing. It's this kind of breathing, you see. Like that, but faster. But go your speed. You'll see what I mean in a second. I'll demonstrate. So you're going to go, but you have to do it so that you are physically moving your stomach full, empty, full, empty. You actually have to have that, and if you don't have that, you're just not doing it right. You have to have that oscillation of the stomach. So in that case, you do the speed that allows you to do that, because there will be a certain point for everybody where they go so fast that their stomach isn't doing this anymore, and their stomach's flat and they're going, but their stomach isn't moving. So you have to be able to do this. See what I'm saying? Let's see if you can see that. But if I'm going like this, see, it's not moving. So if you have to go slower and go, that's okay too. All right. So we start by getting all the air out. Deep breath in, and then air out. Massage the organs. Breathe in on the gag. As soon as you can't hold the air out any longer, breathe in. And now, after 3 seconds of holding the breath in, start into it. Keep going. And if you're having trouble doing this, then put your hands like this and kind of drive it into your belly button. Push in when you breathe out. Raise the arms. Arms back down. Arms back up. Arms down one more time. Keep going while I talk. Now follow me, we're gonna release it off. Now stay down here. Extend your arms up in front of your head. No breath. Sink into the floor. Now come up, breathe in. Hold it, and sit with it and meditate. Gently breathe out through the nose. Gently bring it back in through the nose. Center yourself. Out and in again. One more time. Now we're going to go into Wim Hof, which is the diaphragmatic breathing. So we're going to take deep breaths in, raising the shoulders, filling up the lungs as much as possible. Like that. Don't hurt yourself, but huge, deep breaths. Like you've never breathed before in your fucking life. And when you breathe out, in through the nose, right? So when you breathe in through the nose, your tongue is pressed suction cup to the top of the top palate, like this. Up there, right? It should always be up there anyway. So suction cup, out through the mouth, only halfway out. Only halfway out. So all the way in, halfway out. That's Wim Hof's method. This is going to store more oxygen in the body. So that way when we reach 44, I do 44 breaths as master builder number. After 44 breaths, we release it for the last time, all of the air out. But we have so much stored oxygen in. And we're going to sit with no air in our lungs. And the internal oxygen is going to be activated, and you will be able to sit with no air in your lungs for a prolonged period of time and put your body in a survival, self-healing state. Okay? This is going to be great. Then a lot of people also claim that this releases DMT in the brain. Whether that's particularly, genuinely accurate or not, it is definitely quite hallucinogenic and quite psychedelic. So, here we go. Last one. All the way out. Now 4 locks. Lock the sphincter. Lock the abs. Lock the chin. Tuck it into the chest. Close your eyes and stare up at your third eye. Lock all 4. All air out. Kundalini is going to rise up the spine. Shoot out the crown. And just picture roots from Gaia grabbing up and tangling you in your legs. Sit. Fight through the urge to breathe. Meditate with it. Now gentle out and in through the nose. Slowly come back. Become aware of your senses. Feeling, your taste, your smell, your hearing. Open your eyes last. Or just come back into the body. If you have any mucus coming up through any of this, spit it out. Worst habit is to swallow mucus. Ooh! Sweet. Now next, to really ground ourselves and to really just balance after all that excitement, we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. This is how I always close out my breathwork routine. Okay, so I'm not going to be mirroring you. Know which side your left and right is. Know which hand your right and left is. And just follow my words, okay? This is our right hand. We're going to put the right thumb on our right nostril and breathe all the air out through our left. Deep breath in through the left nostril, but slowly. Sit with it for about 5 seconds, and then take your first 2 fingers of the right hand, always the right hand, place them on your left nostril, and breathe all the air out through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Sit with it. Now, right thumb on right nostril, all air out through the left. Now that's 1 cycle. I'll do 5 or more of them, but we're going to do 5. So now for the second one, all the way in through the left nostril. Out. In to the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. That's 3 cycles, 2 more. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the left. In through the right. My bad, I'm confusing you. In through the left. Out through the left. God damn it. Alright, one more cycle, because apparently I'm not balanced. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Now breathe in through both nostrils. And slow nose breathing. Just come back. Center. There you have it. There's my breathwork routine on the daily. And it's great. It's great. It's great. Breath of fire is also great when you're up late or you're just feeling groggy, you just can't focus. Just come back. And you can be doing that anytime during your day. Just flex your pelvic floor, just get this stuff going. You know what I'm saying? And just work the abs. And you could just be talking to somebody. You could be walking. You could be, driving. It depends on how much you trust yourself or how familiar with breath of fire you are. Because I've been doing this for on and off for about a year. And I can get going to about 10 or 15 minute sessions. I'm not at 45-minute sessions yet, but I've definitely come far from only being able to do it for 2 minutes. If you weren't able to keep up, don't worry about it. The Kundalini rising for this is specifically breath of fire, because Wim Hof is great introductory. If you just want to do Wim Hof and not breath of fire, that's a great way to get introduced to breath work. Limit yourself on breath of fire, especially if you're doing what I've heard people do, going the 4-hour rounds. Off the bat, Kundalini is going to rise very, very intensely, and it might be too much for you. Kundalini rising is not a joke. It's not a myth. It's a real thing, and it's powerful and it's important. But if you are not really controlling how it's going to fuck you up, because it's an extrasensory perception that we're not used to, because there's a subtle form of every sense, and the subtle forms are stronger than the physical senses, pretty much. So when you start to have that layered on, and the external which you're used to just kind of being there, becomes very, like, there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel it. And it feels, like, primal. And it feels, like, very solar plexus, very root chakra. You can bring it up into the higher chakras when you know how, and that's why I recommend taking your time with raising your Kundalini. But if you go in and start going like, okay, I'm going to do 4 hours of breath of fire every single day in the morning, and I've never done it before, I highly recommend you don't do that. I highly recommend you do it 5 minutes every morning. 5 minutes, yeah, every morning. Every morning's fine. 5 minutes every morning. That's a great introduction because you will still get that extra sensory perception. That's why I'm etching myself in here, because I also do Tai Chi. I also am Reiki attuned. I'm also just very sensitive, period. And I understand why it's worth taking your time, because then you're there with the centeredness, you're there with the control, you're there with the discipline, and you're not there any less than you need to be. Does that make any sense? Let me know in the comments if you need me to explain this a little bit more. I can make a separate Kundalini video. I think it would be dope. But yeah, but don't use that as an excuse not to go into this, because it is very powerful stuff. And when you do it the right way, with respect to your vessel and with respect to the universe, right, the world around you, your whole reality, with respect to everything, then it's going to go very well for you, and you're gonna love what happens. You're gonna love what you experience, and it's really just gonna open you up. So, highly recommend, taking your time with it. But also listen to your body. If you're someone who knows you can handle it in less amount of time, obviously if you feel discomfort, take it back a little bit, like just be commonsensical about it. But of course, just let yourself do what you got to do if you think you're ready, of course. Because everybody's different, and everybody is at different points when they start the spiritual journey. So that's all I got for you. Peace and love, my beautiful brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in. Happy to be back on YouTube. Hell yeah. Love you all.